This is the brand new 2026 Kia Telluride X Pro, and it's one of the wildest ever Kia Tellurides because of one huge reason. And well, that reason is because this is the X Pro variant, which pretty much means it's one of the most powerful versions of the Kia Telluride and also one of the most off-road focused. The most powerful version is actually the hybrid turbo, which has 329 horsepower, but this is pretty much the second most powerful version of the Kia Telluride. And well, the main reason it's crazy is because of this brand new X Pro package, which makes the car taller, more aggressive, and overall just way more crazy. And here are some of the main standouts, because now you have these nice tow bars here, you have bigger tires, more off-road focused, nice black trim along the back, you have so much more off-road goodies, and overall this is the perfect off-road car for any family who likes to go camping and has a lot of kids. But today we're going to be finding out if that's true, because it seems like a seriously good car. Today we're going to be finding out if the brand new Kia Telluride really lives up to its name and if it's as good as everyone really says. So today I'm going to be reviewing this thing. And so first thing first, we need to talk about the specs of this car, because that is one important thing for anyone who likes cars, is the specs. Because this car is powered by a 3.8 liter V6 that creates 292 horsepower and 261 pound-feet of torque. And of course, those specs aren't crazy like some hypercars or supercars, but for an SUV, it's actually relatively good, especially since it's going to need that extra power to help it go up the hills that this car is pretty much meant to be. But anyways, all that power goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission via all four wheels. Since this is the off-road trim, of course you have to have all four wheels spinning at the same time. But anyways, all four wheels and all that power helps you go from 0 to 60 in 6.8 to 7.2 seconds, which is actually relatively fast, stating that's not really aerodynamic at all. Look at how straight up this is and square this part is. Just overall, it's not an extremely aerodynamic car, but that is actually still pretty good for this car. So 6.8 to 7.2 seconds 0 to 60, a top speed of an electronically limited 132 miles an hour, which is actually good for a non-extremely aerodynamic SUV. And well, then you have a quarter mile, which pretty much measures how fast your car goes from a stop to the quarter of a mile in how long. So this car's quarter mile is 15.2 seconds, which is actually pretty good. I mean, back in the day, some supercars had a quarter mile in around 15 to 16 seconds. But these days, you have SUVs that have quarter miles at the same time as supercars in the 1970s had. So that is also definitely really interesting. But now I've told you guys all of the things that you need to know about this car spec-wise, at least performance spec-wise. Now, you're probably wondering, if you guys have families, what is the range and the MPG? Because for any family, or really any person in general, range and MPG is one of the most important things they look for when buying a car. And so first, let me tell you guys the MPG, because this thing gets 18 miles per gallon city, 23 miles per gallon highway, and smack dab in the middle, 20 miles per gallon combined. So this car doesn't have the greatest MPG, to tell the truth, but still, it's definitely relatively good. Then, well, the range, because this car has 376 miles of range. And actually, to tell the truth, those range specs and MPG specs are actually seriously good for this car, because a lot of new cars, even electric cars like the Nissan Leaf, which actually you can check that video out with the description and also the pop-out banner. But anyways, like that car has 220 miles of range, and that's all electric. And this is just a regular old IC or internal combustion engine car, and well, it has a good 376 miles of range, which is definitely quite great. So now I've told you guys everything that you need to know about this car, performance spec wise and range and MPG spec wise. Now I need to tell you guys the history and the price of this car, because those are other two really cool things. And well, it all started in 2016 when Kia revealed the Kia Telluride concept car, and that was a pretty bold 3D printed, well, a lot of parts of it were 3D printed, concept car that was really a new path for Kia at the time. But Kia didn't actually start production of that car until 2019, because in 2019, Kia revealed the brand new Kia Telluride, not the concept car, but the actual production version. And one of those popular things about it was that in 2019, when it was revealed, Kia put a lot of money into making a commercial about the new Kia Telluride that pretty much blew up on Instagram, YouTube, and lots of other social media sites. And well, from 2020 to 2022, the Kia Telluride was an insane success. And actually, one really funny thing was that a lot of dealerships, Kia dealerships, called the Kia Telluride the Kia Telluride because they were selling so good, it was just insane. And another thing that actually broke history is called the Triple Crown, and no car, at least for the Kia Telluride so far, has broken that. And that's where, well, the car wins the America Car of the Year award, the Car and Driver Top 10, and the Motor Trend #1 Car of the Year. And that was all in 2020. So it got 3 different awards, 3 of the most prestigious awards for any car in America in a single year. And then at the end of the year, it became the World Car of the Year. So it got 4 insanely exclusive, I guess you could say, crowns that not many cars even come close to. And well, this is a family SUV. It's not a supercar, it's not a hypercar, it's not a revolutionary new hydrogen-powered car. It's a regular ICE-powered family SUV, and it won more awards than a lot of supercars do, even if they're pretty revolutionary. So that was the craziest part about the Kia Telluride at the time. Then, from 2023 to 2026, the Kia Telluride had to be updated so that it could stay kept up with the competition. And well, the first thing they did was technologically update it, so now it had better tech compared to the older generation, the first generation, and also redesign it so it also looked newer, more futuristic, and overall better than the first generation of cars. And also, another really cool thing was that now it had a twin screen setup, so you had a screen for the driver and a screen for the center console, which was another really cool feature. And well, then there was some problems with this car because the second gen, well, the first and second gen Kia Telluride had a couple problems, because the main one was actually that the seat motor might catch on fire. So Kia actually had to recall a lot of the Tellurides because they might catch on fire if they're not dealt with right. So that was one of the main problems with them. But then in 2026, well, Kia brought out the 2027 Kia Telluride, which brought in the X Pro and X Line trims, which are more off-road focused and overall cooler for anyone who wants to go off the beaten path. So now I've told you guys everything that you need to know. Design, the interior and the exterior is, well, the price, because this car starts at $55,000. The regular Telluride is $40,000, but this one is an extra $15,000 because of all the extra off-road goodies. So now I've told you guys everything that you need to know about this car, at least spec-wise and under the hood. Let's start checking out the design of the interior and the exterior. And so first thing first, I want to talk about the front of this car, because this car is insanely different from the 2024 and under Kia Telluride, because it's been completely revamped just about 4 months ago. And so now you have these really nice new headlights. They're actually the 2 daytime running lights there, which I'm a huge fan of, and your nighttime running lights there as well. I'm a huge fan of the overall design of this car. I definitely think it's quite cool. And yeah, you also have there's interesting little square bits there as well, and these are real air intakes, which is really nice. You have fake air intakes, you have proper air intakes there as well, which is also really cool. And this is actually one of the higher trim versions of the SX, so this is the X Pro, because the X Line, one way you could differentiate between the X Pro and the X Line is the X Pro has these extra nice trailer pieces there, like so you could pull other cars out of mud, let's say when you're off-roading. On the front and back, the X Pro has this, but the regular X Line, which is supposed to look like the X Pro, it's supposed to look off-roady, but it's not really as off-road focused, that doesn't have those pieces. It's just blank right here, so that is a nice little feature there. You also have fog lights hidden down here, which I'm also a huge fan of there, which is quite nice. You have more black trim coming across here, and then also you hop down here and you have some more air intakes down here, some sensors, which is also quite nice. And yeah, so now let's come around to this side and let me show you guys these wheels, because also these wheels are definitely really cool. I mean, check this out. So you have nice Continental wheels. These Yeah, so these are metal, and then this piece right here, this is just plastic, and the reason why is because they're supposed to be a little bit like aero plates, because the bolts, the 6 bolts, I believe, on this wheel, which hold it in place, these are under here, but instead they decided to hide it, so that there's not as much drag, also because it looks cooler, and yeah, you have nice Kia badging there, and actually, these are the most off-road focused tires you get for any Kia Telluride, because this is the highest trim model. Then, also another thing you only see on the X Pro trim is this. So, you have these cool little, pieces here. It's supposed to make it look a little bit like bigger fenders there, but yeah, you have that nice trim there. You also come to the side, and you have this interesting square headlights here with a massive blinker light piece there. That's probably one of the biggest blinker lights I've ever seen. That's like the size of most cars' headlights. But yeah, then also you have those nice flush door handles, and actually let's walk over here to check out the side view. But once you come to this side of the car, it's definitely, you could tell it's not that aerodynamic. I mean, it is pretty square, but another cool thing about the X Pro variant is that it's actually, I believe, about 3 inches more ground clearance compared to the regular Telluride. So for anyone who's an off-road fanatic, this is definitely a car for them if you have a lot of kids. So that is also really nice. You also have a nice little gas filler cap here. Then you come to the back of this car, and this thing definitely looks pretty futuristic. One thing I really like about companies like Kia and Hyundai and stuff like that is that a lot of their production cars now are starting to look more like their concept cars than actual production cars like 10 years ago. So it's really cool how you have these interesting little lights here. You double light setup there, and these are just the LEDs, so it could be white or red or orange, which is definitely really nice. You don't have to have extra bulbs. You have Kia badging there as well, and then also big Telluride badging across the back there. And the way you could tell it's the X Pro trim is because you have a little X Pro badge there, which is pretty hard to see at first, but once you could tell, then you could tell. Then, also, you have those X Pro only pull tow hooks out of there, and, so this is like for connectors. Then, also, you have that's actually your stoplight there, which is really interesting. So you have a stoplight down there, which is quite cool. You also have your plastic rear bumper there, and then some reflector lights there, which is also really cool. And so now, actually, let's open up this trunk. So, okay, so it has a regular badge. It's not somewhere under the car or something. So, yeah, you open the trunk up, and this is with the third row seats up, but, yeah, it's actually quite spacious. It's definitely more spacious than a Toyota Sienna with this seats up, and yeah, so you can pop this open, and you have, oh, what is this? I'm assuming this is probably a tire kit. Oh no, so this is pretty much for towing stuff, so if you're towing an RV or something like that, so that it's actually quite nice that it comes with that, but just pretty much sticks to everything. So let's open that back up and put it in there. There's also a spare tire under there, and you can lift this up more because you have more of the towing equipment there as well. You also have a measuring tape inside of there. Check that out. That's actually really cool. I've never seen any cars with measuring tapes inside the trunk, and actually, oh, if you move this out of the way, it folds down, and you could use these as cup holders. Some really cool features. But yeah, let's close that back up. You also have 12-volt charger there as well, which is also quite nice. You have little latches there for hanging stuff on, and yeah, then also you could put the seats down electronically with these buttons. Okay, yeah, so now we're going to get all the seats down to show you how much trunk space there really is. Okay, so now all the seats are down, and this is how much room you have. This is literally, I'd say, about 8-9 feet of space, and you could easily put 2 sleeping bags if you wanted to. So if you wanted to camp out in this car, it'd definitely be viable. So yeah, you have great amount of space there. If you wanted to put a TV or anything like that, this could definitely fit thanks to the really nice high roof and really nice flat seats. So now we've checked out pretty much all the trunk and the exterior of this car. Now let's hop inside. So let's close this up. Let's just press that, or you could actually pull that latch down right there. So now let's walk inside. Okay, so now that we're inside the new 2027 Kia Telluride, first thing first, I want to talk about the side area here, because this thing is literally completely revamped compared to the 2025 and under Kia Telluride. So let's first talk about this side area. And, well, first thing first, I want to talk about the door handle, because not many times are you interested in a door handle in a car, but this car's door handle is seriously interesting, because, check this out, it's literally like a little lever that you have to pull, almost like an airplane. So, you pull it back and open the door. I'm not sure if this is electric. I think it's mechanical, but it's hard to tell. But that is definitely a really cool feature. You have nice metal trim here. You have your massive window switches here, which is also really nice. A little laggy, strange, but then you also have lock and unlock buttons there. You have heating and cooling for the seats. You have a little QR code right there, which is also quite interesting. And then you have more some of that scratchy material there. It's actually, overall, the interior of this car, it feels really nice because of all this really nice, like, leather or fake leatherette covering the interior, so it definitely makes it feel nice. You have a nice little, also, cup holder here, and then some nice speakers, which are also quite nice. And, actually, if you guys are wondering what this is actually recycled material, so it's like recycled balls and stuff like that, and then they add it to the trim of the car to make it more, efficient, I guess you could call it. But that is also quite nice. You pull the glove box down, and you have a pretty good amount of space. This actually reminds me of a Porsche glove box. You know how Porsches have this lever that you pull, this small little lever, so that's also quite interesting. You have nice little AC switches here as well, which they're actually quite nice. It's actually interesting how they're designed. It's like not in the center, it's just these pieces here, and then they kind of force the flow of the air, which is actually also quite smart. You also have some nice metal trim coming across here as well. And if you just sit back and look out of the front window, you have a massive amount of view. Like, the view out of this car is crazy good because this car is so tall. It's just seriously nice. Then, also, you have your airbag here, you have some more speakers over there as well, and it's actually, the A-pillar is a little bit thick to hold up this massive window, but it's not too bad compared to some other cars that are reviewed. And so actually now, I want to talk a little bit about these seats, because we haven't talked about them yet, but they're definitely really interesting, because they remind me of, office chairs. Office chairs have these type of headrests. It's like this see-through type material here, and it's really plushy, so you have these interesting office chair style seats. You have nice X Pro badging here, so this is one of the top trims of the car, the X Pro, and interesting, some metal there. Then you have nice breathable leather material there, and these seats, they hold you in place. I mean, not the greatest, this isn't a race car, but they hold you in place relatively good. And actually now, let's try on the seatbelts. So yeah, they're pretty good. They do scrape a little bit, but overall, the seatbelts are definitely also pretty good. And yeah, these seats are definitely really nice, I'd say. Now, let's talk about this center console, because this is another really cool thing. And as you guys can see, it's pretty huge. So you have this is for your phone. You pretty much just put your phone on there and it charges. You have, this is ascent, so like you could put it into ascent mode so that it goes slowly, I believe. You also have auto hold. This is a parking camera and a parking sensor. You could turn it on and off right there, which is definitely quite nice. You have this, I guess you're supposed to put your key right here. That's nice. You have a little key area. You have interesting square cup holders there, and I like how everything's really open. You have these nice built-in handles here as well, which is also really nice. Actually, an interesting thing is these handles remind me of a Porsche Cayenne. You guys could actually check that video out with the link in the description and the pop-out banner, but on the Porsche Cayenne GTS I reviewed, it has pretty much the identical handles. So there's a lot of things that are kind of Porsche in this car. Interesting. Then, also, you could pop this open and you have nice little space. You could take this out if you want to clean it. Let's just put it right there, and then you have some more storage space there with a nice little 12-volt charger hidden inside of there, which is also quite nice. And yeah, I actually like it when automakers put the little like extra pieces that you could add in if you want to have more space. Just gonna push it back in there, but yeah, that is definitely also quite nice. And actually now I want to show you guys something that reminds me of the Toyota Sienna, because if you look down here, you have this interesting little storage area down here that's actually quite nice. You have 12-volt chargers here, and then actually a relatively good amount of space here. So that is definitely another nice little feature there. Also, you have 3 USB-C chargers there, and you guys might be wondering why this one has this little interesting little squares and circles and triangles, and these ones just show chargers. Because this one, if you connect a charging plug, then it'll pretty much connect Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to the screen of the car, which is another really nice feature. And speaking of the screen, let's start checking that out now. So first, you of course have your maps. We have to check that out first. So let's see, how fast is this? Let's drag it to one side. Yeah, it's not extremely fast. I mean, it's relatively good, but not like Tesla level fast. But yeah, you have pretty good maps there. Let's close it up. You also have media if you connect to your phone. You have trailer mode. What is that? Oh, so if you have a trailer, you could turn on different carrier modes and stuff like that, which is also quite nice. You have also phone projection. You have phone, and phone projection is to project what's on your phone onto the screen. You also have YouTube, so you have to be signed in. You have entertainment. You have setup. You have the weather, sports. I don't know what that is. You also have valet mode, connected garage, vehicle diagnosis, and then also the radio notifications and different manuals, which are also quite nice. And actually, I want to check this out. So you have off-road mode there, which, interesting. That's actually pretty cool, but you could see the exact elevation, the pitch of your car, how much it's leaning forward or backwards, the roll, how much it's leaning side to side, and also how much the tires are being up or down, which is pretty cool. You also have the degrees outside, I guess in Fahrenheit maybe. Then you also have oil temperature, transmission temperature, engine temperature. Thanks. So you also have battery voltage and everything like that. And also it shows you if you're in terrain mode, that's the off-road mode. You also have, you're on 4-wheel drive right now. Then you go here, and ground view is not oh, so that's the older ground view, but you have the ground view right there, which are also quite nice. You could see how the bottom of your car is compared to the ground. You also see this little turning area there. You have a little compass there, and that's actually really cool. They have that nice little built-in off-road mode. And if you guys don't want to have to use the screen, you guys can just press home. You could press maps, search, or media, and stuff like that. So that is also definitely quite nice. And actually, let's scroll on here, and you have navigational guide, the system, how loud it is, the brightness. You could adjust that, so if you're at night or daytime. You could also just turn the display off if you don't want to have your screen on, and just tap it to turn it back on. So that is another really nice feature. You could also turn up volume or turn it up and down with this cool little dial, which is also quite nice. And yes, that's another cool little feature. Then also you have this nice little mirror here with 1, 2, and 3. You have nice little sunglasses holder there. Not many new cars for some reason have sunglasses holders, but I definitely say it's a cool little feature to have. You have passenger airbag on or off. You have a full-on roof here, so you have 2 separate roofs, one for the back rows and then one for this row. So let's close it up. You could press this button if you want your lights on, which is also quite nice. Let's turn those off, and yeah, so that is pretty much all of the front seats of this car. Now let's just check out one more thing before we hop in the back, and that is this. Then you also have your miles per hour there. You have how much range you have left, and oh, you see that little thing right there? It's actually a little sensor. It watches your face and to make sure that you're not falling asleep or something, because if you do close your eyes or something, or look away from staring out of the front of the windshield, then it'll make a beeping sound to wake you up or get you back into control. Then you also have, right now it's in park mode, you see the outside temperature there, which is really nice. You have the key there. You have the how hot or cold it is. You have the overall mileage of this car. And yeah, then the interesting thing is that you have your main screen there, right? But then you have a little extra screen here for, of course, your driver. But then there's a little screen here, which I'm not completely sure is a touchscreen. So let's actually see. So, okay, so, oh, see, if you press this, then it switches to the different modes. You could see, if you're going to turn it up to hot or cold, the amount. So, you could turn it even higher, and then how do you turn it lower? Oh, okay. Alright, so you turn it lower with that button. Let's just turn it on to 4, and you can actually see the airflow just like on Teslas, which is definitely another really nice feature. And it's actually interesting how you have those cool little like extra screen type of piece there, which is definitely also quite nice. Then also you have your main actually say main type of steering wheel here with the nice Kia badging there. I like it. And actually, when I first started seeing like the new Kia badge like 3 or 4 years back, I was wondering, I thought it was like another company called KN, but then I realized it was KIA. It's kind of hard to realize that because it looks like KN, but it's supposed to be KIA. Interesting badge choice, but I really like how it's nice and like square, this steering wheel. You have terrain mode, you could turn it on drive mode, and you have more of the modes here. You could do the call and stuff like that. You also have the like kind of self-driving type of thing where you could take your hands off the steering wheel if you're on the highway. You could set your car to a certain speed, which is also quite nice. So that is another definitely really cool feature. And so now that we've checked out pretty much all of these really cool front seats, let's hop in the back. And actually, right before we do that, I just want to show you guys one last thing, which is this. So you have this nice little area here as well. So let's open it up. But yeah, so, and actually that's like Bentley slash Porsche slash Audi type of light there, so that is definitely also quite nice. So now we've checked out pretty much all of the front seats of this seriously cool car. Now let's check out the second and third rows. Okay, so we open this door up, hop inside, and since this is a 3-row car, it is extremely spacious. Like, right away I noticed feet room is crazy good. Knee room is, I literally have like a foot of knee room. Great amount of foot room, and I can stretch out really nice. I pull this back and you could put a tablet or a book, which is quite nice. And actually, these seats from the back, these headrests definitely look quite weird, but yeah, you also have a nice handle here as well. You have some more speakers there, and then there's some little sensors there as well. You also have your nice little window switches there. This is another nice feature. You have a little window blocker, so if it's too hot outside, you just lift this up if you want to stay cool. So that is definitely another really nice feature. Nice door handles. Oh, you have more of this interesting type of door handle there, those lever type door handles. Some more space here, and a nice speaker there. And these back seats are definitely quite nice. They're quite plushy, not the most comfortable, but definitely quite nice. I like how you have a nice little armrest there as well. And actually, yeah, you could adjust it there, which is quite nice. So let's put that down. So now let's hop into the third row, because this car is a third row car. So let's kind of try to squeeze through here. And yeah, so once I get back here, knee room is, I mean, it is limited, but I have a good 2 inches of knee room. Foot room is actually quite nice because I kind of put my feet more under there because there's the extra space under there. You have the nice connectors, so if you have a car seat up there, which is quite nice. And yeah, why are these back seats even more comfortable than the second row? These back seats have like extra plushiness in them. And yeah, nice. These are actually the perfect height for me. These perfect height headrest, and headroom is also quite nice. Let me take off the hat to see. But yeah, and I have a good 6 inches or not. Yeah, a good 6 inches of headroom, which is also quite nice. You have little AC buttons there, and actually, oh, you open and close them with this cool little, like, twisty thing there, which is definitely pretty cool. You have USB-C chargers there, and then 2 cup holders. And then when you fold the seats down, you have, of course, your nice little connectors there, and some more speakers. And also, view out of these windows are quite good. They're actually seriously good compared to most other SUVs, so that is definitely another really nice feature. Now, let's hop into this middle seat, and this is literally the thinnest middle seat I've ever seen on any car, so yeah, it's extremely thin middle seat, like, yeah, the thinnest ever, so, yeah, but, I mean, it's not too hard, but it's not too great either, so, and actually, I want to try, so we get this out, I want to try to buckle myself, see if it's even possible, so, we're going to pull this down, click that into place, and then see if it's possible for me to get buckled, so, it's this one right here. Okay, I've been successfully buckled, but it's seriously tight. I mean, It would be fine for someone a little smaller, but for me, it's not the most comfortable. But yeah, so let's put those back up. And so now that we've checked out all of these really cool seats, let me just show you guys one more thing, which is you also have the nice lights here. You could turn them both on with this button, and then you could just turn them on individually there. So now we've checked out all of this car from the specs, design to interior, and the exterior, and the history. Let's hop out and near the end of our video. Okay, so I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe to Xaaron Reviews, and also check out my X and Instagram where I post some of the coolest car news and car photography that I know. And also, comment down below what you'd rate this car, because my rating of this car is a good 7.2. I mean, it's pretty nice. The exterior is definitely really cool. The interior is relatively comfortable, and for a family, I definitely recommend this if you live somewhere like Colorado. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below, and remember to like and subscribe to Xaaron Reviews.